Hello friends, today we'll be discussing on a very interesting topic, how to remove your loneliness from your life. Loneliness is not an abstract condition that affects only certain kind of people. Every one of us, according to WHO statistics, have some time or the other faced loneliness in our life. What is the age span of loneliness? It can start from young adolescents and could affect elderly people. It could be high in cases of breakup, divorce, or death of a near and dear one. And young people after breakups often face bouts of loneliness. Loneliness can be due to different factors, short term and long term, and it could be affecting your physical, mental, social, emotional, and spiritual health. Let us see some few tips which I realized in my life of how we can tackle loneliness. Step number 1 of any problem is to understand that I'm in a problem, to acknowledge the problem, to accept the problem, and not go into a zone of guilt, shame, and resentment that, oh my God, I'm lonely. So, one of the affirmations which we give to ourselves, it's okay to be lonely. Just try to accept the fact and be at peace with yourself. That is step number 1. The first step to overcoming loneliness is realizing what is the impact it is creating in our life. You need to share this with your counselor, with a therapist, or a close friend, because especially in India, physical problems are taken care a lot. But when it comes to mental health, people just take it very lightly. Oh, this is nothing. This is just for some time. Just keep doing your duty. No. This loneliness may start as a small thing and it could become a huge fire over a period of time. So there is need for developing some skills, attending to some alternative therapies, and this is step number 1. Second, social media is like a double-edged sword. Everyone is in social media, WhatsApp, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and now the metaverse is coming. Fire is a good servant, but a bad master. When the fire is there in the kitchen, it can help you cook food. But when fire is there in the house, it can burn down your house. So if you are in control of your social media, that means you are balanced. But if your social media controls you, that means there could be chances of loneliness. We need to understand one very important thing. Whether you are using your WhatsApp or your WhatsApp is using you. Whether you are using your Facebook or Facebook is using you. Have you become a good customer who's forwarding the message from here and there? Or are you utilizing it to learn something? To escape loneliness, people go towards social media. But then slowly and slowly they become intoxicated. And then social media controls them. They cannot live without it. I know students, when their fathers snatch their mobiles, people want to commit suicide because they cannot live without playing games in the mobile. So this online world, we need to be very careful when we need to switch on, when we need to switch off. How long and how much? These are the 2 questions we should ask while using social media. Third, ask for help. Find a volunteer opportunity as a way to feel less lonely. And when you talk with others, interact with others, share your problems, Dadati pratigrinati guhyam akhyati pritchati bhunkte bhojate cheva shatvidhi priti lakshanam. There are 6 ways of symptoms of love. Do you have a person in your life who is like a mirror with whom you can share? Because this loneliness builds up as a strained energy in our consciousness, and if you just don't share it with others, it can become disastrous. And the next thing which we need to follow, point number 4, is practice self-care. If we don't start loving ourselves as spirit soul, this world will also not love you. You go to a hill station and say, I love you. And the sound will come, love you, love you, love you, love you. And if you go to the mountains and you say, I hate you. And the sound will come, hate you, hate you, hate you, hate you. What is your self-talk, my dear friend? Do you tell yourself, I love you? Or do you tell yourself, I hate you? Do you hate yourself for your looks? Do you hate yourself for your career, for your job, for your studies, for your relationships, for your finances? This could be very detrimental, because whatever is your belief system within, through the law of attraction, the same thing you will attract outside. So love yourself, take care, practice self-care, appreciate yourself, give yourself a small reward when you do something good, pamper yourself sometimes, it's required at the level of the body, mind and soul. And this will help us connect to our own self. When we don't practice self-care and connect to our own self as Atma, Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, Mamaevangsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. First we need to be conscious, and then there is Krishna consciousness. So we need to practice this self-care. Point number 5, last but not the least. Take loneliness as an opportunity to convert itself to solitude. अपने अकेलेपन को एकांतिकी में convert कर लें. The sadhus, the rishis are going to the Himalayas to be all alone and practice yoga sadhana, dhyan yoga. And we are feeling lonely and frustrated. Oh my God. Can we just try to understand what it means to convert loneliness to solitude? In loneliness, there is tension. In solitude, there is relaxation. In loneliness, there is vacuum. In solitude, there is fulfillment. In loneliness, you look outside. In solitude, you look inside. In loneliness, you feel desperate. In solitude, you feel satisfied. God has given you an opportunity to convert this very powerful nuclear energy of loneliness, which can cause devastation and destruction, to a very powerful energy which can be utilized for service to society by connecting with your own self by virtue of the principle of solitude. I hope these 5 tips help you in your life, and I earnestly wish that all of you can convert your loneliness to solitude and love for the Supreme Lord Krishna. I hope you liked this video, and if you are touched by some of the points in this video, please put a comment in the comment box and like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. This is Dr. Saurabh Chaudhuri, your ancient Indian Vedic ambassador.